Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today's video we actually shot several months ago, but as I watched it to make some notes, to make sure I covered all the important parts for you, I really enjoyed it. So bear with me, it was before we started using microphones, but I'm telling you, the audio is still really good, and I think you're gonna get a lot out of it. So stay tuned, and I think you'll really enjoy it. What's up, you guys? And it's Grant, and we are here today at the Common Street property that we paid over $400,000 for. This property is the absolute largest property deal we have done to date, and we couldn't be more excited because it's already an income generating property because it has 2 rentals on there. But sadly, we filmed this video once before, and I'm gonna include, it was day of, raw. I even wore the same tie. I didn't mean to. That's completely coincidence. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna throw some of those clips in there. I filmed it the wrong way. I filmed it where you have the 2 bars and it's up and down. So do bear with us. I am new at this. But from this video on, you're gonna see things from other land deals, other acquisitions, remodels, affordable remodels, all the way to high-end remodels. We wanna keep adding as much as possible to our entire real estate portfolio to where this thing just truly just generates cash flow. So we're gonna show you everything from how I started, right? All the way to goal setting, things of this nature, and actual properties, property deals, current properties, because we have 15 currently, going on 17, 2 are under construction, and we may have just bought, right after this one, another 4. So a lot of things are happening. So if you're into real estate investing, real estate development, if you're into any of these type things, we're even going to be doing ground up construction, which I don't see hardly at all on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or any form of social media. So I really think you guys are going to enjoy our channel. So please subscribe, hit the like button, because these videos take a lot of effort. We're going to be releasing them over time. Probably 1 a week is the real idea. We will up that production. I want to just keep doing the same things I'm doing, film them for you, and really give you a lot of insight. So basically how this deal came to pass, a friend of mine who also works at the dealership that I work at, I'm the director of a large automotive organization. There's 11 brands from what we do. So you might get a lot more out of me than just the real estate side. But what happened was, he's our service manager, pulls up to the side of my building and calls me. So we go to my properties on Enterprise Boulevard that were being built. And so what happens is he looks at it, he stands there, and he just kind of, I just don't see it, Grant. So we head to his property, and you won't believe what happens next. When we actually get to his property, he pulls in, we pull around the back, and I'm like, man, this is a very large piece of property. That house and that house come with it, Grant. And I said, wow, this is over 2 acres. He says, yes, sir, this is 2.2 acres. Plus another house that comes with it. We have a large school called McNeese State University in Lake Charles, Louisiana, right where I live. And I'm telling you, what an awesome piece of property to be right down there, where you have the option of school students, you have the option of people that work for our dealership. We have a ton of industry work. This is a super centrally located piece of land that you just can't pass up. And so the next thing I said was, I mean, how much? He says, I don't know, just write me an offer and I'll take it to my wife and I'll see what happens. And we did it for $300,000, okay? So this is 2.2 acres, $300,000 of solid land. Now keep in mind, this was a 3-year deal. I was 26 years old when this deal was taking place. It's going on 4 years because I just hit 30. And so we never parted ways, and I just kept, my favorite thing to say is follow up game strong. I like to follow up with people, and that's probably one of the biggest keys to my success. And so when it comes down to it, I sent him a message and I was like, look, hey, 350,000. Let's make this deal. Eventually he says, Grant, I don't know. I think I'm gonna hold on to it. And I was distraught. So a few years pass and he calls me and he says, hey, $400,000 and it's yours. So I said, I tell you what, if you're willing to owner finance it to me, I'm willing to pay you the $400,000. So the thing about the deal is he ended up owing around $200,000 on the property. And so being that he owed $200,000 on the property, I gave him a $10,000 deposit when he first said yes. So what we ended up coming up with was $233,473, okay? So that's what I wrote him a check for. So when you take that number minus the $400,000, you're gonna come up with $166,526, and divide that by 72 months, you come up with our payment of $2312.86. But it's a 0% loan. We just divide it by 72 months. Now, for his tax purposes, because his CPA did specify that it needed to have an interest rate, we did add an interest rate in, but it comes out to the exact same number as if we were to do 0%. So like I had told you before, you know, I am a director of a large auto group and I do very well for myself, but I want my properties to take care of themselves. Our rental properties overall generate over $240,000 a year and growing. And just yesterday we closed on another property. So I'll be making a video on that as well. But let me explain what this property really does for us. So this property, we have 2 other videos coming out, with part 1 and part 2 having a video that says how to get a house rent ready for $6,000. And so now we went ahead and put, I can't tell you the number, you got to watch the video, but we went ahead and put some money into that house, got it ready, and now we're renting that house for $850 a month with a year lease tenant. The blue house that you're going to see in this video, we are doing a $20,100 remodel on the entire outside of the house because there was a lot of neglect, and that tenant has been at that location for over 8 years. So when you see that, we went from that one getting charged $650 a month, we're going to get that one to market value, and he's going to pay us $1,100 a month. So when you take those two numbers together, the $850 and the $1,100, I mean, this property, we're coming out of a little less than $400 out of our own pocket to purchase this land deal. We're actually technically paying the guy that holds the note back with his own money by just putting a little bit more money back into the rental properties that we got. So once again, we did film it incorrectly. I am wearing the same tie, but let's go ahead and run a few clips and show you a few things about the original deal, showing you how excited I was the day we did it. So this property is a 2.2 acre piece of property near the college that's located in my city. I would like to show you, just so you know I'm not a crazy person, the actual tip of the check. So as you can see, this is a real check. It's a cashier's check. I'm covering the information just for my own personal safety. But all in all, just so you know, this is real money and a real venture. So here we are at the Common Street property, and it is just absolutely massive. What we plan on doing is we plan on using all of this frontage to build 40 apartments on it, and we could not be more excited. Right here is actually the part of the property that will not be saved. We're actually going to tear down all of this part, and we're currently actually in the process of tearing it down. That tan building in the front was actually his old office. The white building was actually a school building he converted into a shop, and this fence right here was blocking off all that beautiful property in the back. So we're actually going to take that fence and add it to our tenant's backyard to give them way more privacy for her and the family. Now, this part is actually her backyard, so you can see just the beautiful area that she has for her and the family. You have a nice seating area, a little concrete patio for cooking, and just so you can see, this house is actually on piers, so in the event we want to build all the way to this point, we'll be able to move it. Right here is the best part of the property, and you can see just how massive this property really is and how excited, I don't know if you can tell, but we are just so very excited to be able to add this to our real estate portfolio and to build all of these 40 units out here. And it's going to be in a U shape, so it's going to go all the way around, plenty of space for the tenants to back up, and then once again bringing us back to the house that was we will eventually move because it is on piers, and it'll allow us to be able to put all the property all the way to the front, and I just can't wait to see it done. So one thing I will show you is where this property can improve. And if it was to happen, what would happen with that improvement? So let me show you the biggest improvement that can happen. I'll show you the craziest thing we found at this property as well. And I can tell you the craziest thing we found is not that boat. So as you can see, this property has a beautiful straight line all the way back to the back corner of this property. And the reason it's fully graveled right now, which is great for us, gives us a good solid hard base, is because they actually had a pump company and a sewage disposal company that actually rented from my friend who sold it to me. And so when it comes down to it, this right here is the biggest improvement for the property. I've already offered a few times to buy the house, and the lady just says, I am not moving. I am very happy. I am about to offer her to buy her backyard, but then she's really gonna know why we're after it, so she might end up holding out for even more. So let me show you the craziest thing we found, and I'll show you the best thing we could do to this property. So the craziest thing we found on this property is actually this old pool that's turned into a dirt pit. But when it comes down to it, this is just, I've never seen anything on this lot since I was a little guy, you know, that has ever looked like it would deserve a pool over here. So right here is the second largest way we can actually improve this property, and we have tried in the past and it hasn't worked. But in the event we could buy the house on the side of our White House, when we get everything done, we can actually put a second row of apartments down the center and really make this property something special. In my videos, you'll notice that that real estate's a building effect, and then eventually those first ones that we build will be paying for the next ones that we build. The next ones that we build will be paying for the other ones that we build. And I just think this property is truly amazing. So if you guys like videos like this, definitely stay tuned, because we're gonna have a video just on watching them tear down the property, all the stuff that I told you about in this video. You're gonna have that, hopefully hauling that building off, or maybe even having to tear it down and try and sell it for scraps, because there's a lot of I-beam in there. Now, another possible property option for here is gonna be turning, instead of doing 40 apartments, do actually 20 apartments and a shopping center, because it is also zoned as commercial, which is a great plus. Great idea as well. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna draw it up both ways, and I would love to show you guys the plans that I come up with as well, so you guys can see, because I really do believe that the best way, the absolute best way to purchase something is to watch someone else do it. You don't have any money involved. You don't have anything to lose. Watching a video like this can spark it up, and you don't have to go spend $400,000 on land. You can go and make calls, lots for sale by owner, and ask them, hey, do you have any interest on being the bank? So you can get a little bit of money down, get an affordable note, and then try to pay them off, and that way you can start your real estate career. And all you got to do is watch deals like this. This one, of course, I get it. We put almost 50% down, but the reason we had to was because this guy owed that much money. So for him to become the bank, I had to pay off the actual bank. So now we got a bonus feature. Let's go ahead and drive by the blue house. That tenant has been there for 8 years, and we have a lot of stuff coming in store for you when you get to see that. And I can't tell you, he's already excited about the little bit that we've done so far. So right here is our blue house, and we just cannot be more excited to bring this family a beautiful home worth coming home to. The tenant's actually been here for a little over 8 years, and this house came with the land purchase, so we just can't wait to see how it turns out. So now that you've seen the entire property, the view of the property, the plans for the property, and how we also plan on paying for the property, we have a ton of content that's going to come out week after week after week that I really hope you guys enjoy. Please comment anything you want to see below. There will be videos on me, goal setting, all of our 15 properties that have grown now, 2 under construction, and 4 we just bought. So don't worry about that last tip. Please like the video, please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and I really hope to see you guys on the next one.